Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at gathering the upgrades from the Grand Canyon map. So to start off, we're going to be using the Don 71. I also have the Loadstar, the Con Marshal, and the Scout 800, which we'll be jumping to get these different upgrades. So starting from the field operations base, we're going to head to the OS3 tires first. And for this I'm using the Don 71. So we're going to go ahead and leave the base. And I have anchors set up on all my trucks. We're going to be using those strategically at a few points. I also brought with me the mechanic Mike Nixon for increased anchor setup range. So we're going to start off with placing an anchor down right here. It's going to go right up there, and we're going to use that to pull the Don right up these rocks here. Once we've made it up these rocks, we're going to go around the edge of this plateau here. And this is going to get us to the OS3 tires, which are located just behind the base. So we're going to go ahead and follow this ridge line here. It's very tight, very narrow. And this is where we're going to put another anchor down right up here. It's going to pull us around, and we'll be able to grab the OS3 tires. So this is for all the different scouts, OS3 off-road tires. They're fantastic sets of tires. So now we're going to go ahead and get turned around. We're going to use this winch to kind of pull ourselves up onto this rock. And I'm going to put another anchor down over here. That's going to pull us over this way. And we'll be able to get ourselves turned around here. So, once we have that, we're back onto the plateau. We're going to make our way over to the fine-tuned gearbox upgrade for the Step and the Bandit. So to get there, we're going to go ahead and travel to the end of this plateau here. And what we're going to do here is one more time with the anchor. Put the anchor behind us. And we're going to just kind of slowly release the anchor as we move forward. And we're going to go one more anchor here. This is why we use Mike Nixon here, because we get all kinds of extra anchor supplies and a longer setup range. And we're going to lower ourselves down this cliff here. Pull ourselves forward with the tree. Alright, once we've done that, we're going to make our way to the left here and head on over towards the lake. So once we get over here, we're going to kind of just scale down the rocks here. we're just going to work our way down these rocks here. And from here, we're going to go ahead and follow this river. And once we made it to the lake shore, we're going to travel around the back side of the lake. And then from here, we're going to work our way up this hill here. Once we've made it up, we're going to go down the other side here. And from here, we're going to make our way down to the river. And we're going to go ahead and travel along the river here to make our way over to the next upgrade. And once we made it down here, here is where you are going to find the fine-tuned gearbox for the Step and the Bandit. So we're going to go ahead and grab this, fine-tuned Step and Bandit. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is I'm going to swap to a new truck. We're going to swap to the Loadstar, which is over at the West Outpost. And from here we're going to drive straight out of the outpost. And from here, we're going to make our way over to the cliff edge. And we're going to maneuver ourselves down to the bottom of this cliff here. Once we get down here, we're going to make our way to the right past this tree. And once we get over here, we're going to spiral ourselves down the cliff here. And we're going to stop and back up here. And we're going to very carefully navigate these rocks here. Climb up. And then once we get to the edge of the rocks, we're going to make our way down. And once we made it down, we're going to go ahead and just drive on over to the upgrade, which will be the twin motor winch. We're going to go ahead and grab this upgrade. Twin motor winch for the Tatra 4 Step, Bandit, and the A&K Civilian. So, next up, we're going to go ahead and swap to my Con Marshal. Now, for this upgrade that we need, you do need to have parts to build a bridge. So you want to make sure you have 75 spare parts, and we're going to bring some anchors with just in case. So, departing this one, we're going to leave the back side of the south outpost here. And what we're going to go ahead and do is head on down into this dried riverbed here. And from here, we're going to go ahead and just follow the riverbed for a little bit. Once we made it out of the riverbed, we're going to go ahead and follow the path over here all the way over to the lake. I do apologize for the frame rate. It seems to be having some trouble with 4 trucks on the map, but we're still able to get what we're done. Get done what we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and navigate through these trees. And from here, we're going to make ourselves up on this ridge here. And we're going to go ahead and follow this ridge for a bit. And we're going to make our way through these trees here. And we're going to make our way down to this bridge that we've built earlier. So we're going to go across this bridge here. If you haven't built that bridge, that is another 75 parts. And we're just going to continue to follow this ridge along the lake here. Once we make it up over here, we're going to go up this, climb this ridge here. Make our way up to this upper level. And we're going to go past this tree and climb up another level. And once we made it over here, we're going to go up this climb over here, right by this dead tree. And then from here, we're going to kind of follow right in between this rock formation here. And get on up over here, make our way past these trees. Once we get past the trees, we're going to climb up onto this upper level here. And once we've made it up here, we're going to make our way straight across the little plains here and go over for this climb over by this dead tree. So we're going to go ahead and climb up here. And then we're going to go around to the left here. And we got one more climb to do. This one, however, we are going to put an anchor down. Right there. Why did it do that? Alright, well, with our anchor here, this is where I was trying to put the anchor the first time. That will pull us right on up. Once we made it up here, we're going to go right around this rock formation here. I'm just not having a good time with this right now. I can't attach that anchor. Alright, so I'm going to use this anchor to get us turned around. And from here, we're going to make ourselves up this little climb here. And once we made it to the top, we're going to go up another little climb here. And we're going to go ahead and go around this ridge here. And that is going to get us up over here. And then we're going to make our way around these big rocks here. And that's going to get us over here where we'll be able to build our new bridge. So we're going to go ahead and build the bridge here. And once we have the bridge built, we're going to go ahead and just make our way across it. Once we made it past here, we're going to go past this dead tree and through these rock formations. And that is going to get us over here where we will find the UOD3 and UOD4 tires. There we go. Alright, so next up we are going to swap to the Scout 800. And go on another little adventure. So once again, leaving the South Outpost, we're going to go ahead and make our way down to the riverbed. And we are heading over to the Highrange Gearbox for the Loadstar and the Collie Pug. So, once we make it over this way, we're going to go down to the left here to make our way down to the riverbed here. Once we made it down to the river, we're going to go to the left and follow this ridge along the river. I don't know why. I'm having trouble getting my trucks to actually turn right now. There we go. So once we make it over here, we're going to head on down and then make our way up. And here's where you will find the Highrange gearbox for the Loadstar and the Pug. So what we're going to do now is continue our way along this ridge here. And we're going to be very careful here. It's super narrow with rocks on both sides. Once we get over that, we're going to continue down the ridge. Once we get down here, we will find another bridge to build, so you want to make sure you have 75 parts. And we're going to go ahead and go across our bridge that we just built. And from here, we're going to go ahead and make our way up this cliff here. Kind of pulling ourselves across with the trees here. That's going to get us over here. We're going to make our way down. And then we're going to go down on this right side here. And then from here, we're going to cross over to the middle. And back over to the other side. And we're going to stay on this side. We're going to go around these rock formations. And then here we're going to go right down into this little crevice. And we're going to make our way to the left at the fork. And then we're going to go ahead and climb right on out of here. And we are on our way to the off-road gearbox for the Actaeon. So once we made it this way, we're going to kind of follow this ridge here. And that, my friends, is what happens when you go too fast. So we're going to back down the pace a little bit and just make sure we get to our upgrade location. Once we made it down here, we're going to go up onto this plateau over right in front of us. Once we made it over this plateau, we're going to go down the other side here. And we're going to go around this little pond. And over on the other side, there's going to be a small climb up on the left here. So we're going to climb up here, and on this ridge will be our final upgrade on the Grand Canyon map, the off-road gearbox for the Tuz Actaeon. So there we have it. That is all the upgrades in Grand Canyon. These are very difficult to get to, some of these. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Hope it helps you guys find some of these very important upgrades in the Grand Canyon. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.